Now, today's subject is how to set up Google My Business, as it has been previously known. It's now all about your Google business page. So, look, it doesn't matter what you call it, but it's something that you do need to make sure that you've set up because, Google is the predominantly used search engine in the world. And as they make changes to the Google search algorithm, everything is focused around providing the best local services to its users. So making sure that your Google business page is all set up is something that you need to do. So I'm just going to take you through step by step, if you like, how to go about it. Look, at the end of the day, I'm sure you can find some 14-year-old on YouTube who can guide you through this process, but I just want to sort of give you my 2 pence worth. As usual, if you have any questions, please pop them in the chat and I will do my very best to answer them for you. Right, if you've got a pen and paper at the ready, here we go. So the first thing you need to do is to sign in to Google. Now, this is something that's been happening now for a couple of years where it gets quite annoying when you want to do anything around a deeper dive into Google, but you need to sign in with your username and password that you want associated to your business account. Okay, you can have multiple accounts. You go on to google.com/business. That's where you will find all the information that you need to fill out this profile. So first of all, you've got to sign in. Now, if you haven't created a profile and you have been in business for a while, you may well notice that Google has already set you up a Google business account with the information that it has available to it, right? The good news is that most of the hard work has been done and you can add and edit this to make it exactly what you want it to be. All right, so don't be surprised if you go on there and find that there is something already there. Now, you need to tap in your, it's quite self-explanatory, right? It is quite easy to do, but you need to put your business name in and you need to make sure that you're not duplicating an account that's already available. This has definitely caused a few issues for a couple of my customers where maybe even Google's created its own account for the business and they've gone ahead and created a new account for the business. And of course, then when you go into Google, it's sending people to potentially the wrong place or an old address, that kind of stuff. All right. So make sure that you're not duplicating it. If there is a live Google My Business page, then you need to make sure you claim it and that will then be associated with whatever you signed into Google with, all right, the username and password. You need to pick a business category when you're setting this up, and this is pretty key to you being found in search. So, ultimately you need to use the description or the category for your business that best describes you. So in my case, it would be marketing agency as an example. You only get to, when you're filling things out in this initial stage, you only get to pick one category. And the reason this is important is because whatever people are searching most commonly for on Google, this is what triggers it. Later on, you will be able to set up subcategories, okay? But we'll come on to that. Now, you get to add a physical location if you are a shop or a premises or a factory where you do have a physical location. You can set up a virtual location if you like. But again, it's all very sort of self-explanatory. Now, if you don't have a physical address, but you offer services within an area, let's say that you cover London and Essex, you can put those areas in and appoint that to your account. And what happens on the map then is, instead of it dropping a pin, it actually gives you a geographical area that you cover. Okay. You can add a phone number and a website address and all the usual things that you would expect to associate with your business. Now, you will then get to a stage where it asks you to verify your address. Okay. Now, this is done a number of different ways. The most common way is for Google to send you a postcard in the post to your physical address. It's got a verification number on it, and when you receive that, you've got to go back into your account and enter the verification code. But there's also video through your mobile device. It's you scan a QR code, and then you have to take video of certain things within your premises. There's also a by phone or by email option, but by far the easier way to do it is by the postal, sort of the postcard coming through and you being able to get your code. Now, in terms of you adding your services, right? I know that you originally put in your services, but when you go into the deeper, what's the word I'm looking for here? In the Google Business Manager part. So once you've set your account up, it allows you to go into a sort of a deeper, more refined way of looking at your account, where you can really home your niche or the specifics of your business. And in terms of you adding services, because you might be a marketing agency, but you might specialize in branding or design or whatever, it allows you to put up to 9 sort of subcategories in terms of service. So again, really think about what your best-selling products are and make sure that that's represented within the services that you've got on there. Make sure that you add your business hours on, and also make sure that look, at the end of the day, you want to be found, right? So maybe allowing the messaging service to happen on there. You can also add a business description. And again, this sort of accompanies your profile. So it does appear in the listing, there's 750 characters that you can use to describe your business. So I recommend that you fill that out fully. You can also add photos. It is advised not to add stock shots. I mean, Google can tell what is an original image. So, take photographs of, I don't know, yourself, some of your products, maybe some of your staff. If you've got a physical premises, maybe you've got some products, take photos of those. The more content you add, the more people can find about your products and services. You will get prompted a number of times to claim an £80 ads voucher. You can just skip this if you're not interested in placing ads. So in the Google Business Profile Manager, this allows you to refine your profile and fill this out as much as you can. All right. And what it does allow you to do, there's like a sort of a homepage or a dashboard, and it does tell you how much percentage, terrible English, how many percent out of 100 you filled your profile out for, right? So the more detail you put on there, the better. So in terms of extra things, you can add a logo to your profile. You can add a profile banner or a cover photo. You can also add a video. If you're going to add a logo, 712 by 712 pixels. And if you're going to add a cover photo, it's 1024 times 756 pixels in terms of its size. You can also add your opening date. So when you started trading, and this is quite important, I think, especially if you've been going a number of years, because when people look at your profile, it can see, you've been trading for 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, whatever it may be. And that will add a little bit more gravitas to your listing or your trust factor, I guess. Now, this is a very short webinar for me, I suppose. But I just wanted to highlight how Google, excuse me, what used to be called Google My Business or your Google business page is important as a part of your overall marketing strategy. You could call it, I suppose, part of your SEO marketing strategy. But with so many people using Google to find local businesses, the more information that you put into it, the more opportunities you've got to being found over your competitors. So I hope all that makes sense. If you've got any questions, please put them in the chat. Today is actually a pre-recording because I'm spending the whole day in London networking, which I'm looking forward to. I've got 3 networking events today. So yes, I am very much looking forward to that. But I will be able to log in and see any questions you have. So I will answer them for you. So I hope that's helped. If you haven't already, get on to Google and set up your Google business page. I will see you next time. February is coming around thick and fast. I've actually got February, March, April, and May's guest slots already full. So I'm looking forward to some fantastic guest speakers over the next few months. So that's all from me. You have a fantastic day. Ta-ra for now.